So I know Azerbaijan was uncertain of how the second administration was going to go. So what changed that brought this peace about, and who approached who first? Give us some insight into that.
We saw strategic vision, and of course, President Trump is a true leader, a true peacemaker. So that's why we knew from the very beginning, after he was elected, that there will be more efforts, not only in our region, but all around the world for peace, prosperity, and development. So therefore, it came very natural that new administration was interested in bringing peace and development to the region. And we worked together, and here we are. As you mentioned, last week was a very big week, and we had peace agreements, we had joint declarations, we had memorandums of understanding.
What would go in Azerbaijan's perception of Trump's first administration and second administration? So, of course, you said it had good relations the first one, but of course this seems much better. The second Nagorno-Karabakh war happened. The first administration, there wasn't much action. So, what have the differences been between Trump's first and second administration, from your view?
Well, look, the differences are not huge, because President Trump is President Trump. And when you have a leader who has a vision, as I said, who has a strategy, and when he has much bigger ideas for the good of the world, not only for the United States of America, there cannot be many differences in two administrations.
Could you give us some insight as to how these negotiations with Trump began? Like who approached who? How did this all come about?
Well, actually, in terms of peace agreement, it was Azerbaijan who approached Armenia first, 4 years ago. Immediately after we liberated our territories, Azerbaijan extended its hand of peace to Armenia. We came up with the very basics of international law, of interstate relations, of country-to-country ties, and we offered to have a peace agreement with Armenia. Then we had negotiations. They were direct between Azerbaijan and Armenia, and I think both sides worked very effectively and very honestly. But in order to have peace deals to finalize, you need a global leader who can step up, who can help. And then literally 6 months ago, after the election of President Trump, there was a global leader who wanted to bring peace, and again, not only to South Caucasus, and who helped us to come together, as my president said, to the #1 capital city in the world, to #1 office in the world, with a global leader like Donald Trump.
And so to clear up a lot of the confusion about the actual deal, so the ceremony in the Oval Office, so was that the signing of a final peace deal? Was that a preliminary? What was the deal that was signed? What does that mean?
No, it is a peace deal. It is a peace deal which we have negotiated, we finalized. But it was not signed. It was initialed by 2 foreign ministers, which literally means, when you initial it, that it is there, you cannot change it, it is fixed, and only thing is needed just to sign it at some point. So this is what has happened there, and there was a joint declaration between two presidents, or between President of Azerbaijan and Prime Minister of Armenia, which was witnessed and signed by President Trump.
How direct of a role did President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio have in the mediation?
He's President of the United States. He has a global agenda. He cannot spend every minute on one single issue. He was a visionary. He was a strategic chief, if I may put it this way, and he was a pusher for that. So again, it's not for global leaders, for presidents to go to every detail of the issue. But he was the driving force, and he made it happen.